Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I'm always trying to come up with interesting videos that you guys want to watch. I would want to watch this one if somebody filmed it. So I think this is going to be cool. What I got here, I went down to Wally World, went down to Walmart, and actually my wife did. I was busy doing stuff, actually some landscaping yesterday. Told my wife to pick up this AR500 from Walmart. Let me put in a little clip here quick. So yeah, this, believe it or not, costs $46 at Walmart. What is this? 3/8 inch AR500, supposedly, from Walmart. You know, it's pretty cool. What is it, like a 10-inch gong or something? It's got holes for your bolts and whatever. And I said, that'd be a cool video. We go to Walmart, get some AR500, see if we can put some holes in it with some stuff. This is the stuff. Now, let me bring you over here a little bit closer. What am I going to try to put a hole in this steel with? Speed goes through the metal. So I picked out some of my speedy ones. 204 Ruger, 223 Remington, 22 250, and then 220 Swift. If none of these can't get through here, which I kind of think maybe we can, I brought out something else special that we're going to do at the end of the video regardless. But comment down below, do you think any one of these will go through this 3/8? If it was 1/4 inch, I could just about guarantee all these 3/8, I don't know, but let's see. I am super grateful for the sponsor of today's video. It is a service that I started using a while back. It is incredible. Let me tell you about it. There are companies called data brokers on the web. If you put your name into the webs and search it, there are data brokers that have your address, even your cell phone information, your family's names and their addresses and their phone numbers, and they sell that information to other web pages. How that's not illegal, I have no idea. But Delete Me is a service that takes your personal information and erases it from those sites. The last report that Delete Me did for me, they found 80 different websites that had my personal information, address, cell phone number, my family's names and all that jazz, and had that removed. An incredible service. Short story, I was talking to the judge in town who's a good friend of mine and brought up Delete Me, and he said, yes, the state where I live actually pays for the judges to have all that removed. You can imagine judges probably don't want their information on the interwebs and spread around as well. But for WHOTEEWHO viewers, if that sounds like something that's a good deal to you, getting your personal information taken off the internet, I'll have a link down below and an image up here as well. 20% off of Delete Me services. Go check them out. Go look and see what information of yours is up on the interwebs. You might be surprised. Delete Me has an awesome service that takes all that stuff from those data brokers and all those web pages and gets it removed. Go check out the links below. Use the code WHOTEEWHO for 20% off Delete Me services. You won't regret it. Speed is what's going to get you through the metal, but also the blue light construction. Let me show you which ones I brought out here real quick, and the stuff that I'm going to fling them out of. So for the 204 Ruger, we've got some real zippy 32 grainers, some Remingtons, 4,200 feet per second they're supposed to be going, and I'm going to send them out of my Ruger American 204 Ruger. Believe it or not, it's a Ruger American. I just dropped it in to an Oryx chassis. Pretty cool rig. For the 223, I've got some Remington UMC 55 grain, 3,200 feet per second. Also, I'm going to chronograph all this stuff. That is a Remington 700 in 223. For 22 250, I got the lightest stuff I could find, 45 grain Remington. Gonna send that out of my CVA Cascade. For 220 Swift, I've got some 50 grain Remingtons. How fast is this supposed to be going? It says 3780 feet per second. And then, sneak peek for the surprise one at the end of the video. This is a Weatherby That's real fast. All right, just got my chronograph set up. This is the Caldwell G2 chronograph. Gonna give us a good idea of just how fast all these rounds are and see which one's the fastest. Hopefully we break the 4,000 feet per second on this thing. All right, first is the 223. This one, no shusher, Remington 700. Remember, these are 55 grain Remingtons. See what kind of speed we get. It ought to be above 3,000 feet per second at least. I picked this over an AR because this has a longer barrel and hopefully maximize our speed. Let's check the 223 speed here. Error. Oh, come on, man. Let's try another one. 32.29. Respectable. Let's go 204 Ruger next. All right, now 204 Ruger. Those 32 grain Remingtons. This one does have a threaded barrel. This is my Banish 223 can on there. See what kind of speeds we get out of this. This one, I believe we ought to break 4,000 feet per second, but let's see what happens. 39.56, almost got that 4,000. What's next? Let's do 22.250. Now, in 22.250, I have those 45 grain Remington. Got a shusher on this one too. Something weird about this CVA Cascade 22.250, it's threaded 5/8. It's got a real heavy barrel, which is fine, but I've got my Banish 46 on here. 22.250, can we break the 4,000 with this one? Error. Might have been a hair too close there. Let's grab another one. 38.09, so we still haven't broke that 4,000 yet, have we? 220 Swift next. You guys that watch the show would have seen me just recently get this one. It's my 220 Swift. I just had it threaded so I could put this can on here. It's a Banish 223 can. Now that's a 50 grain 220 Swift, but I don't think this is gonna break 4,000 either. Gotta have the scope cover off. Let's see what speeds we get out of this. I don't need 24 zooms for 2 yards here. 220 Swift speed. Didn't read it. Come on. 37.71. So none of those little rounds we broke 4,000 feet per second. I thought for sure those 32 grain 204 Rugers would, but let me, I'm gonna back the cameras up because this next one, the surprise one's gonna make a big boom and I don't wanna break these cameras. All right, now here's the surprise one. Big old case, but still kind of a smaller-ish projectile. I have no idea what these are gonna go, but a whole lot more powder than those other ones. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Banish backcountry can on this one. Also gotta have the scope thingies off. Ooh. That one definitely made the thing dance. Almost 3,300 feet per second, but a lot more projectile weight behind that, about 3 times some of those others. Let's go set up the seal. Comment down below if you think any of these are gonna put a hole in that steel. See what happens. All right, first is 223. Like I said, if it was a 1/4 inch, I guarantee you just about all these would go through. But 3/8, I have no idea. But my wife picked up the steel and she got the 3/8. So let's see if it'll go through there. I got quadrants drawn in there. This is the 223. See if I can hit it in the 223 top right square there. This one's gonna be loud. I can see we hit it. Let's grab the 204 and 204 Ruger. Top left corner. I'm gonna grab a 22.250. All right, 22.250. Bottom right. That went through. And that ain't even the biggest one yet. I got 2 bigger ones. Pretty sure y'all could probably see the hole through that from the 22-250, but we still got 220 Swift and then the surprise one. So 22-250 went through. I want to think the 220 Swift will come through. Pretty sure I see daylight through that one too. Now let's go grab the surprise one. I'll show you a little more about it. Now the last one we're going to aim dead center, but check this out. This is the fastest production 6.5. The 6.5 300 Weatherby with a pretty light for caliber 127 grain Barnes. Check this out. One of those dudes right there. But I'm going to aim dead center with this one. I haven't had this one out in a while. Squeeze that one off of the target. But I still hit it. Now we sent 5 down range. I think I see 2 holes through that steel. I said I wish my wife got 1/4 inch because it'd been easier to go through. Now I'm actually kind of glad she did get the thicker 3/8 because we still got holes through this thing. Check this out. So, is Walmart AR500 any good? There's our 204 hit. Right there is our 223 hit. Let me real close in focus. 22-250. Yes, you can see daylight all the way through there. I'll show you the back here in a second. 220 Swift. Yep, daylight through there. And then that 6.5 300 Weatherby is right there. That one actually probably did the least amount of damage. So you can see how speed is a big factor. I honestly think that 223 Remington did more damage to the steel than that 6.5 300 Weatherby. Who would have guessed that? But let's take it over to the bench and get a closer look at it again here. All right, now let's take a little bit closer look with it all in the same light in the shade here. So, get us real close here. That is the 204 Ruger indent. I don't know, probably made it, I'd say close to halfway through. That is the 6.5 300. Maybe because that was copper, that has something to do with it not going through. Maybe I should have picked a different projectile, but comment down below if you want to see this in another video. I was trying to go through some steel with this. I'll grab some other projectiles and maybe even hand load for it. Then the 223, and honestly, I think the 223 made it through more steel. That's probably halfway through that plate, but 223 didn't go through there as well. Then, check it out. 220 Swift. All the way through. We'll look at the back here in a second. Also, 22-250 all the way through. That was a 45 grainer, and the 220 Swift was a 50 grainer. And, give you this view. You can see the table through there. If I can... You can see daylight out the back. Pretty cool. That's the sticker. And same thing with this one. Daylight out the back. That's the sticker on the back. Flip it around and there's those holes. The 220 Swift, that's a pretty clean hole, isn't it? And that's the 22-250. I think that was pretty clean too. It just didn't rip the sticker as clean. But pretty cool. That 220 Swift and the 22-250, those are pretty rowdy. There you have it. 220 Swift, 22-250 Remington, burned through 3/8 inch Walmart AR500. Pretty cool. Those two are pretty rowdy. Thanks for watching the video, and again, a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, Delete Me. If you don't want your information out there on the interwebs being sold by data brokers, check out all the links down below. Check out Delete Me. Tell them I said hey. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. WHOTEEWHO!